Hello, all. Welcome to Black Girl in the World. If you don't know me, you will. And if you do, welcome back. It's your podcaster, and this is the show. And one of the shows I hope you enjoy listening to. Can I share something with you guys? I want to talk about the goals I have set for this new year. Technically it's still the new year, okay? It's still the new year, y'all. Things I think I can achieve for this beautiful year. Honestly, it's still a tad bit early, but it has been so amazing. I just hope it continues throughout the year. So my first one is being honest and gentle with myself. Now, I do this anyway, but sometimes I say I'm being honest and I'm being more gentle with myself because I only say it in times when I want to feel better about not feeling guilty, like when I buy zebra cakes and Oreos at Shoppers, even though I told myself that I would be eating healthier as I got older. It's just like, oh, okay, well, I gotta be more gentle and it's okay. That's a part of life. I'm not gonna beat myself up for it. But I want to do things a little bit differently. Just stop being too hard on myself and just live life. Taking things with a grain of salt. Reminding myself to stop hurting my own feelings and allow others to do the same when it obviously offends me. And treat myself to the finer things in life that will just elevate me as I get older. The next one. Making mistakes is part of life. It's okay to bite the bullet. What is the worst that could happen? So I have to confess that a lot of the time I make mistakes, I hit myself upside the head for them. Mentally, of course, because I don't want to physically injure myself. But I don't immediately remind myself that it is okay, that we can and we will do better next time. I'm beating myself up and it only makes the situation worse. So it makes me think, should I be wrong in the decisions I make even when they are mistakes? Like, I have to remember that even in those moments of feeling like I could have done better, I honestly did what I did in the moment, even when it was not my best. Can I acknowledge that? Yes. Can I be okay with this mistake even after it is all said and done? I have to be. I have myself, and that is enough. And that is something that I have to remind myself. If there is an opportunity to change said circumstances so I can achieve my best, I will have to do that. The next one. Saying no to more things. I am definitely a people pleaser. I love to be out and I'm willing to bend my neck backwards just to hang out with someone, or when people ask me if I could do them a favor, I don't mind doing it because that's just who I am. Maybe it sounds selfish now, but sometimes I want to say no just because I just don't want to be of service to someone, and I should really establish those boundaries. The next point. Wanting romance, but not aggressively chasing it as I once did before. Baby steps, y'all. Baby steps. So this basically speaks for itself. I am in love with love, but I want it to be gradually with someone who cares so much for me, and vice versa. I don't mind enjoying the ride as I get there by going on dates and being in places and spaces that I've never been before with short-term relationships. But I hope this year has longer lasting effects. Good ones, y'all. Good ones. My next goal is reading by going to genres that I once enjoyed, like self-helps, fantasy, and romance novels. This somewhat ties into my romance that I talked about previously. As a kid, I fell in love with the idea of falling in love in various ways, so I lived through storybooks and lives of others to escape from my world of feeling like I was never going to have the love I desired because of my low self-esteem. I also think that self-help books make you think of the real life scenarios that you could be in and how to navigate that. My parents have always taught me to be equipped with knowledge so that you can manage yourself. So I think that going to genres that I once enjoyed as a kid would really not only feed my inner childhood, but it would make me have a better perspective on what I used to look at as a child to being adult now. My next goal is to remind myself to be still. I'm always moving, especially now that I'm hanging out with a lot more friends, going to a lot more places outside of my usual element. I want to be still, to be within myself and having that alone time. Just learning how to feel my surroundings without having to do anything. The next goal, focus more. This also ties into being still. When you are such a busy bee, working, going to school, handling family relationships and friendships, and building potential ones to get to where you need to be, you lose track of what your priorities are. You have to ask yourself, what is important to you this year? What are some things we should focus more on for the new year? What are some ways that we can keep these priorities in front of our minds while not getting sidetracked often? Definitely thinking about focusing more now that I'm much older. Okay. My next point is finding a home church by this year. Okay, so I'll be honest. I'm God-fearing, but I do not have a home church. Y'all don't boo me, please. Do not boo me. I don't necessarily read the Bible, but I have one, and I have the Bible app, but I'm barely on it. I need to do better, and the best thing I can do this year is finding a community who is basically speaking my language. I'm new to religion, even though my parents and I pray, and we all know that we are Christian, but I never was like in a devoted Christian household where we went to church every Sunday and joined committees or even volunteered with a church. I honestly want to start doing that, one step at a time, of course, but just to find a place where I can worship in peace, give my tithes, and go home and pray on my own just to understand the word. Next year, I hope to have additional goals for this goal in particular. The next one is exercising. Could be in the gym or could be at home. Either way, at least 30 minutes should be placed somewhere. Okay, so I believe everyone's already had this on their list. We always say that we are going to eat right. We're going to have to find an affordable gym, grab us an accountability partner, go every Thursday and Fridays after work, and then you do it for like 2 weeks, and then you stop because you don't feel like it, or you just got busy on Thursday and all of a sudden you just stop going altogether. Or maybe you couldn't afford it that month and decided to take the break. I want to stop using these things as excuses to not work out. I need to keep my body moving. But I will start small, like working out at home with what I have to save some money. And even starting on some stretches and just keeping my body flowing. But my best friend and I did decide to go to the gym every Sunday morning, but we haven't done that in a while. So as you can see, I need to really put my focus into that goal. Okay. The next one is not too much on gossiping. So I do like a good drama story. I like to hear about it, and yes, that's a character flaw, but I'm human, okay? It's juicy and it gets the people going, but that's not fair if I don't want drama happening in my life, so I shouldn't be so invested, right? I'm gonna have more of a that's not my business type of attitude moving forward. Okay. So we have 3 more goals. The next one is asking more questions, even if I think they're stupid. So I become very afraid of how I am viewed. So I refrain from asking questions that might make some look at me like, what is this girl even asking? Like, what is she talking about? And do things solely on my interpretation of what the person is saying. And sometimes I don't do what I'm supposed to do or do it wrong because I don't understand. And I never ask any questions to clarify. But this year, and I mean it, this year, I'm going to ask all the questions, even if they're dumb. Because I'm here to understand. I'm here to get clarity and do my part. The second to last is asking for space and being serious about it. Previously, when I asked for space, I didn't necessarily ask for it. I would kind of just be gone for like a day and then come back and apologize for my mini disappearance. There were times when I did ask for space and then I just ended up going on social media platforms still and sending tweets or reels to my friends. So technically I was still around. I just didn't want to say anything. I want to separate myself for a while just to see if I can detox being on my phone and active all the time. I don't want to come off as if I'm available all the time. And then the last goal, travel out, get some food by myself, stay the night somewhere. This kind of ties into asking for space. I want to take myself out on dates and not worry about anyone else. I want to learn how I am away from people and in the public. I know I don't like to be in one area for too long, and I like to travel around and get what I need to be on my way. But why is that? You know? Why can't I just leisurely walk around the mall for hours without any care in the world like my mom does, just by herself? Just enjoying being in my own company. So yeah, I hope that my goals and the description of them weren't confusing. These are just a few things that I want to get done this year, and I do hope that I'm able to achieve them and I can bring y'all good news and updates on them. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Share your goals with me. I would love to hear them. Share, subscribe, and comment. Check out the other episodes if you haven't already. Okay? So this is my time, y'all. Take care. Also, I apologize for my low tone. I am half asleep. But I hope you get it. I love you guys. And bye.